Did Triple H think before he said this? I doubt it, because it truly exposes WWE. And what he said was, welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thanks for joining me on this video. We're going to talk about what Triple H said about WWE that truly exposes something major for WWE, a big problem that I've actually pointed out on my channel, and now it came straight from Triple H's mouth. I'm also going to recap Dynasty this past weekend, but first, let's get right into the juicy thing that happened literally today, I believe, on an interview with Joe Tessitore. Triple H goes on to say this: "The other thing about our business is, unlike a sport, and as bad as it is, if you lose your quarterback, if you lose your first-string offensive lineman, if you lose your star center or star guard in the NBA, you have a second-string guy to back him up, and you hope that those second-string guys are pretty good. There is no backup Cody Rhodes. There is no backup Randy Orton. There is no backup Roman Reigns. There is no backup CM Punk." Oh my God. I don't think Triple H realized how much he just cooked his own fucking roster. He just basically said, without probably realizing it as well, that they have no solid backups for their old-ass guys that are at the top. I have said this once. I've said it twice, maybe even 3 times now. I'll say it a 4th fucking time. Triple H and WWE and TKO cannot build young stars. I won't be shocked if Obafemi loses to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I won't be shocked if Trick Williams loses to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I won't be shocked if all Javon Evans does at WrestleMania is a bunch of highlights in that ladder match, but ultimately does not win. I could be eating my own words by the end of the month if all 3 of them win, but history tells me otherwise when we have a plethora of wrestlers in WWE over the last 10 years now that were not used well at all, that have since walked away. A lot of them have joined AEW, where they have seen a lot better success, and they still have the problem today. And Triple H literally just admitted that if a guy like Cody Rhodes got hurt, if a guy like Roman Reigns got hurt, Randy Orton, Punk, they would be at a loss. They would know what the fuck to do for WrestleMania because they don't have good backups. Look at these comments from people. Literally his job to create backups. He knows all about it. Bring a backup. HBK saved his career, and being a backup for The Rock kept him as a main eventer. Aren't they all technically each other's backups? That's not exactly the flex he thinks it is. Isn't this why he should start pushing younger talent? This is why, as a promoter, you have to figure out ways to have other competitors establish themselves into top stars. Bro admitted he can't make characters. I mean, it's a laundry list of bad comments for Triple H because he exposed himself. He exposed WWE and their biggest flaw today. They don't have young top stars. When those names that he just named in that quote are gone in 5 years, they won't have anyone of their caliber because WWE wastes too much damn time with storylines, with promos and backstage segments. They don't give enough time for these younger wrestlers, and unless they come in and are spoon-fed like Roman Reigns was the last 10 years, or Samoan, or our 2nd, 3rd, 4th gen wrestlers, they have to claw and grind their way to the top in hopes to even have a WrestleMania moment. And this is complete proof. And you want to know who has the exact opposite problem? AEW. This past Dynasty, now we'll get into Dynasty. Smooth transition, right? On Dynasty this past weekend, one of the highlights for me, Kevin Knight wins the TNT Championship. A guy who's not even 38 years old. I think he's 26 or 27 still. Very young. He's younger than me by over 10 years. He has a massive career ahead of him. And Tony Khan in AEW showed how they can work away around injuries. Because we all know that Kyle Fletcher, one of the best, I think arguably the best pro wrestler under the age of 30 right now, in any company, has been injured. He has an injury that's going to sideline him, a meniscus injury that'll sideline him for months, possibly half a year or so. And what does AEW do? They immediately create a gauntlet match at Dynasty. It was one of the best matches, actually. I liked it a lot. and they put over young talent. The safe way, the safe choice would have been to give it back to Tommaso Ciampa. But AEW knows how to build stars. They know how to build young stars. Kevin Knight has been featured very well in his short time in AEW. I think he's only been there about a year coming up. And he's already a 2-time Trios champ. And now he is a 1-time TNT champion, all before the age of 30. Guess what? Outside of very select few examples, like Dominic Mysterio and Braun Breaker and a couple of others, majority of WWE pro wrestlers that are under the age of 30 haven't even scratched or sniffed a fucking title in their careers. Most of them, by the time they finally get pushed, are well into their 30s. The only one that isn't is Javon Evans and Obafemi. I believe Trick Williams already is in his 30s. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure he's early 30s, like 32. So he's already past his 30s, I'm pretty sure. Javon Evans and Trick Williams just got onto the main roster this year. We'll see what happens at WrestleMania for them. But the point is, AEW knows how to create young talent. They know what to do when their back is against the wall, when their quarterback gets hurt. I mean, Will Ospreay was injured for damn near a whole year. Kenny Omega has been hurt. Kyle Fletcher's currently hurt. Jay White has been hurt. They deal with a lot of injuries too, just like WWE. And yet, they are still finding ways to put on banger after banger after banger pay-per-view. WWE can't do that shit. WrestleMania looks like a huge fucking flop because they have a couple of key injuries. And so when that happens, they're running around with fucking heads cut off like headless chickens, not knowing what the hell to do. E-stands are probably reacting to Triple H's words like that photo of Liv Morgan from this past Monday night. That's a very accurate depiction of probably how they're screaming in their arm couches right now at the words of Triple H. This is probably why his brother-in-law, Shane McMahon, was shaking his head. He probably saw that shit too when he was at that baseball game. There's a photo of that there. It's really, really bad. And so the rest of Dynasty, like I said, a banger pay-per-view. Kevin Knight, young star built. MJF retained against Kenny Omega. 30 years old, world champ. He is the best world champion in all of pro wrestling today. You saw all kinds of things. Darby Allin went over Andrade. He's still young. Chris Jericho had a great match. I don't want to hear people say Chris Jericho's back for himself anymore. He proved me and many others wrong. And you know what? I'm going to eat my own words. I wanted him to retire a year ago. I'm glad he's back. The list of Jericho is back, which is hilarious. He had a really good match against Ricochet at Dynasty. Ricochet ended up beating him, but it was still a solid match. Moxley beat Will Ospreay in a stunner. The Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita was one of the best tag matches in recent memory. They went all out. FTR beat Edge and Cope, going over and still remaining probably the best tag team in all of pro wrestling today. The list goes on. Dynasty was a 5 out of 6 cans of whoop ass rating, and I doubt I'll give anything close to that for WrestleMania later on this month. My guess is it's probably going to sit somewhere at a 3 out of 6, maybe 3.5 tops. And we had some great stuff announced for this upcoming Wednesday. Again, going back to Kevin Knight, showing Triple H what they can do better than WWE at building young stars. When other stars are injured, they have stars already built, already elevated that they can put in position. He's got a TNT Championship match, an open challenge against Claudio this upcoming Wednesday. That's going to be really good. We saw since Darby Allin won against Andrade, which was my favorite match of Dynasty actually, he's going to have a match against MJF, two of their pillars, their young stars. It is so damn obvious how much better AEW is at pro wrestling, how much AEW is better at building their young stars. I have no idea if you're going to jump into my comment section on this video. Prove me wrong if you're against what I'm saying. Show me why you think that's not true, because I genuinely cannot think of how that is not the case. How it is not a night and day difference on how AEW treats its young stars, how they build their young stars and prepare for the future, where WWE is stuck in the fucking past. They are bringing in John Cena to hype up ticket sales. They have 4 old-ass guys gunning for the titles, the main titles for WrestleMania. And again, I don't have faith that they'll put over the younger talent in other matches like Obafemi, like Javon Evans, like Trick Williams. It's remained to be seen, but in years past, that's exactly what's happened with WWE. I mean, MJF also pointed this out. He had an interview via Adam Friedland show. He goes on to say the other company has great stuff going on, but all their top acts are in their 40s. Exactly what I was just saying. We're giving you fresh, new, and we're not relying on the past. MJF understands, and he's better than you, Triple H, and you know it. 2 really quick AEW things that I want to talk about before we get to the DDTs in this video. And yes, DDTs, I've got 2 of them. Tomorrow, AEW and NFL are releasing luchador masks for every single NFL team. I'm actually really excited about this. I watch the NFL. I'm a big Vikings fan, so I will be buying a Minnesota Vikings luchador mask. I think this is a great move by Tony Khan. It's going to expose AEW to a lot more new eyes on the product. A lot of NFL fans are going to be like, let me give AEW a shot, because WWE has been ass for a while, and I stopped watching pro wrestling and didn't really realize who or what AEW is. This is a win-win for AEW. Another fun thing for AEW, again, exposing for people who watch Adult Swim. AEW and Adult Swim announced the new animated series Tales from the Top Rope. I have no clue when it's going to be released, or if it's even close to being released, but this was fun. There's a trailer that they posted on their socials. You can look and find that for yourself. It's a quick one. It's like 20 to 30 seconds only, but the artwork looks interesting. I just hope that it's entertaining and funny, and I hope that it lasts longer than the season. I think, again, this is nothing but a win-win for AEW to get more eyes on the product. And now, on to the DDTs of this video. Here is the first one. It's time to say it. MJF is massively overrated. His gimmick is annoying and played out, and he could be doing the same work without holding the world title hostage. MJF never should have taken the title off of Hangman Adam Page. The Law. What in the hell are you talking about, dude? MJF is literally the best world champion in all pro wrestling, like I said a few minutes ago on my channel. He is elevating it. He's had great feuds since becoming champ again. Great matches. Every single match has been great. The one that happened at Dynasty was superb, and it's going to keep going. Likely he'll drop it at All In, is my guess. It's been my guess for the last couple of months now. Either to Will Ospreay, as he lost and should be moving on to Jon Moxley, moving on from Jon Moxley anyway, onto the world title picture. Or it could be Darby Allin getting a rematch, because it seems like too good to be true for him to win Wednesday night, although AEW has been shocking and very unpredictable, like I've said in previous videos. There's a couple of matches from Dynasty I did not accurately predict, and I was shocked by. So maybe he does beat MJF this Wednesday. But my gut is still telling me he doesn't, but maybe he gets a rematch at All In. So my guess is it's either going to be Darby Allin or Will Ospreay that dethrones MJF. The Law, this is why you're part of the DDT. And the other one, this is ESPN as a whole. The whole fucking crew at ESPN. You guys just made my DDT list. WWE via ESPN has ranked Pat McAfee's involvement in the Cody Randy story as a top storyline heading into WrestleMania this weekend. This was a Get Up show. Just awful. This is one of the worst matches heading into the weekend. It was completely fucking ruined by Whack McAfee being involved. It did not need it. It could have been so much better. Hell, even that clown from New York has been grilling this. And if he is doing that, of all people, you know that WWE is making big mistakes. So all of you over at ESPN, all your asses are on the DDT list.
You just made the list!
That's all I had on this episode of Screw the Script. Let me know down below your thoughts on what Triple H has said about WWE. Do you think he exposed WWE for who they truly are? I don't even think he meant to do it, but he essentially did without saying it, that they don't have young stars that they can put behind the guys like CM Punk if they get hurt. How did you feel about Dynasty? What was your favorite match? As always, this has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.